Alright, welcome back to Undead Unluck Anime Review episode number 4. We're here discussing episodes 11 to 14, not 15, 14 of the anime Undead Unluck. So, we're pretty much in the Unrepair arc of this one. And these 4 episodes cover almost the entirety of the Empire. Now, the Empire did start with episode 10, but it's more like the ending of it did. But these are basically the main chunk of the episodes, and 15 is more like the epilogue. But the way it looks like the very next arc of the season looks like it might be the tie for the second shortest at only 3 episodes, which I'll discuss next time. So in this one, Fuko, Andy, and Titania decide to fly to Brazil, and they get there, and Andy has tried this nice fancy suit, and then we have her going these various dresses, make her very skimpy, but of course, basically, they do have some of her covered up, but not entirely, because she all those nice shoulders of hers, and they finally pick out a nice dress, and the undercover identity is that these two are a married couple, which of course Fuko is embarrassed by that. Oh gosh, yes she is. I thought that was kind of funny. Then of course basically they get the suits, and then they're off to where basically they're going to an auction. You think it is this underground house per se? Oh no, it's a luxury liner. A cruise ship. I'm like, wow, this is a nice looking cruise ship. Oh my gosh. Yes, I've been on a few cruises, and this thing is nice. The boat looks freaking huge. Oh my gosh. They go in. They see everybody. Of course, everybody's looking at her. Of course, mentioned about some stuff about stuff she's not familiar with. Of course, Andy, of course, would know about this. And Titania herself is hiding outside the ship because she can't go inside because basically she's a little girl inside a ball. We do kind of see what she finally looks like in episode 13 of the series. We get full appearance of her in episode 14 of what she looks like inside that ball. Plus, we do have a flashback establishing here of how Fuko got the teddy bear from Titania. So Titania hadn't forgiven Andy for killing Gina, so she proceeded to beat the crap out of him in the combat test room, and it seemed like at one point she's about to explode, and then Fuko reveals that technically she's the one who killed Gina with her unluck ability, and all she wants to confront her, and she's able to calm her down, which is kind of surprising. Heck, even Nika was very surprised. He's the one who made her the damn suit, and they showed the fact that her powers activated when she was 5 years old. And her power accidentally killed her parents. Now, this is still a pure accident. I don't think basically she did it on purpose. She's just a pure accident because her power just happened to activate at the very moment. So, she got sold for auction, and then Billy rescues her by giving her cake pops. Well, cake cake sticks anyway, so she can eat that. Because apparently her weakness is her mouth, where she actually, anything goes with the mouth that sells perfectly fine. Whenever she opens her mouth. Yep, so then of course basically we're at to get all the flashback stuff done. So they get on the ship and they find basically that they think that, of course they think Unrepair is the person who's being auctioned off. No, it's some kid who's younger than Fuko because he's in junior high. Excuse me, he does break out, of course. They didn't explain how the heck got here. So, he got tasered by the Mafia because they want to auction him off because of his negator abilities. So, then we have Unrepair show up with a beautiful woman named Latia, and then we have 2 more people show up. One is a guy who only speaks Chinese, though he actually can't speak English. But not yet, per se. No. And so I should point they do reveal the Unrepair's name, though Andy doesn't say it, but it's said by Latia. That's the woman he appears with. His name is Rip. Fang is the guy who speaks Chinese, and we have Cree. By the way, the kid's name is Chikara. You're thinking Chikara. I mean, like the promotion that shut down 5 years ago? Completely different, so don't worry about that. And just by sheer coincidence, the Chikara promotion just happened to shut down the very year the series is set, 2020. Now, Rape Tristan, that's the guy's name, he is voiced by Stephen Fu. You think, wait, Stephen Fu, the guy who replaced Bailey Kimmets as Natsuki from The Rise of the Hero. Yep, same guy. Though he also replaced him as Alice from Walking Demon's America. Now, Creed, it was a basically like an American type. Okay, he's voiced by Chris Togafria. I can see how to pronounce his name. So, then of course we show up basically Chikara's ability where he is called Unmu. Basically, the best way to kind of describe him, he's more like an extreme version of Eraserhead's ability in My Hero Academia, where he has to look at them and basically be in a staring contest without blinking. So basically, it's a carbon copy of that one. Kind of, except it doesn't have his abilities like Eraserhead can, but of course, it's very similar to that one. I'm sure that the creator himself probably was reading My Hero Academia and wondered, hey, maybe I can use that for my characters. I mean, he didn't exactly steal everything related to Eraserhead when it comes to this character, just that the only thing similar is you have to stare at the person for a while. And we do see at one point, you see his eyes turning a little red because he has eye open for so long. But he does use eye drops like Eraserhead does, but it's a very similar idea. So he pauses with the Mafia guard, and the Mafia himself is killed by, of course, Unrepair. Then, of course, they want it, but he's a wuss. So, and then, of course, where, we have all this explosion stuff happening, and then Andy and Fugo race down to the basement. They have, and of course, you have Andy fighting Unrepair, and Titania fighting the other two until she basically explodes, pretty much destroying this liner. In the case of Unrepair, because during the course of their fight, he throws a scalpel and wounds Andy. First, he slits out of his throat, and then it hits Fuko. He does not know her name. Basically, he just refers to her as a chick. And the guy with a healing ability. He does not know their names at all. So the only way to stop him is supposedly kill him. So then, of course, they fight in the sky, of course, and have him basically freeze and use his fingers. Of course, the girl is like all about countering fate. Eventually, he's able to finally wound him by him getting really close to Unmove, and then freezes him, fires his very special bullet, basically of calcium blood, which he like a heated finger, and proceeds to basically blow a hole in his chest, but doesn't kill him. But it does do his ability, so Fuku is able to survive no problem, and of course also with Andy. And then Chica's taken back home, goes back to school, give him a week, and then the episode ends with Unrepair showing up basically, and he has shrunk. Yep, he has shrunk. Like, apparently he basically got chopped down a few inches for some reason. We'll find out more about that next episode. But, well, I have a stream coming up soon, so I'll see y'all later. Probably tomorrow at this point, okay? Next video. Bye.